You're listening to the Legal Shit Podcast, the show that dives into all things legal. In a world where the law can be complicated, convoluted, and confusing, we're here to break it down for you. So, let's get started. And remember, it's not just talk, it's legal shit.
Hey, welcome to Legal Shit. We are here on another nice evening, a little bit of a rain out there, but in downtown West Palm Beach. I'm Timothy Schulz, your host of Legal Shit, along with my lovely wife,
Antoinette Wilkes. Hi, guys.
And we're here with a very special guest, Wendy Pesante. Hi, Wendy.
Hi, it's Pesante.
Oh, Pesante.
I
was getting hungry, I think.
Oh, I thought she would be like, that's not right.
I was thinking that, but he messed up the first name
Wendy,
first time, and now I'm like, okay.
I must be a little hungry, thinking of something else. I don't know.
I have been called Picante, though. We had a drink at our wedding that was the Picante something.
Excellent. So we have a very special guest. Wendy is, for those of you who don't know her, she is a former victim of Jeffrey Epstein, and she's here to talk about that a little bit tonight and kind of give us some insight into what she's gone through and what the other victims are going through. And there were some proceedings today, I know.
Yes.
We can talk about that and kind of just go through the subject a little bit and find out, how it all fits. One of the problems with the Epstein story is so many people keep trying to bury it, and then someone brings it up, and then it keeps trying to bury. So you guys have to constantly go over and under and over and back and forth. And so anyway, we'll introduce yourself quick. Tell people where you're from. And
my name is Wendy Pesante.
Not Pesante? Okay.
Not Picante. And I am a Palm Beach minor victim of Jeffrey Epstein. And I don't currently live here, so this is kind of weird to be back for 25 years.
25
Has it been that long?
I remember being 14 and being on, it's been that long.
Wow.
I've been 14 and being down here and like, I can't wait until I'm an adult and I can come back here on Clematis and I can, do what I want. And here I am, like,
And you look at Clematis now.
didn't
you're
know
like,
it would be this way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's changed a lot,
Yeah.
right? Well,
Yeah, it has changed, as well as, it's not the same. You're in your mind, you were thinking coming back to party, but now it's like, no, it's not about partying. It's about getting your voice heard.
Right.
Yeah.
And exactly.
Mhm.
And when I first got here, we actually went over to the island and went to, I don't know, if we were trespassing probably.
No, you weren't. What are you talking about? There's no trespassing.
They probably do it all the time.
You were doing a tour.
And we did see the property. Driving up to it was really crazy.
I can imagine.
It is a downgrade, I think, what they put there.
Oh, did they put
Sorry
something else?
if you're it's not the same place.
Gotcha.
Okay.
They demolished it and completely, it's in a different house.
All right. So how long are you in West
Right.
Palm Beach for? You going to be here for a while?
No, in and out.
In and out.
It's too hot here.
And it was raining too, so it's even more humid.
Oh, it's rainy. It's hot. It's rainy every day almost. No, not every day.
No, it just started today.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's the rainy season coming in.
So anyway, so you're over at the courthouse today,
Yes.
right? And was it, I heard there were a lot of people. I heard from some of the police officers here. There was just a bunch of people around, cameras, television crews. There's someone out in the corner talking. I don't know if he's part of that crew or,
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I came as a support person for
Mhm.
Jenna, who spoke.
Okay.
She was one of I think there was 4 survivors that spoke today.
Mm-hmm.
And me and her are from the same group. We're from the same, she's my middle school best friend.
Okay.
So I came for her, but
Okay.
yeah, there was a lot. It was pretty small
Mhm.
considering, but it did feel quite like it felt like they were listening.
Gotcha.
So that's
No,
important.
they're listening. Like as you walked, when you left, there's a Victoria something book. Another lady, because I was talking to some of the people when I was passing out, telling people to follow the Legal Ship podcast
Mhm.
outside. And this lady, forgot her name, she's a local, and she's read everything on you guys and,
Mhm.
very supportive and just saying, what needs to be done and how your voice is important, right? In your book, telling your story, because you don't like history, you don't want to repeat it.
Mhm.
So that's another thing.
That's a thing that a lot of people get wrong. I think get wrong because there is a small group of public people,
Mhm.
and that's a small group of what they estimate 1,200 survivors that speak out on a normal basis.
Right.
And it's just, I don't know. It's just yes, we can only tell our story so many times, but at this point, a lot of us are not even seeking justice for ourselves.
Right.
We're seeking justice to change the system.
Right.
Make it better.
There, those, they say all the time, say the names. I have,
Right.
a lot of people have, and we can't make somebody do their job. If you watched the hearing today, is what basically one of the survivors said, was do your job, because we get the question a lot, what does justice look like?
Because if you guys don't speak up, then they get away with not doing their job. They get away with hiding it. Because to me, women have always been it's not racism. Racism is big, but it's also racism against women. Women has always been the one that everyone attack, or they put us against each other. So that's a big thing.
That's not any different than what is even in our community of survivors.
Right.
And they're still going against each other too.
Kind of. It happens.
Hard.
I mean, I don't know if it's just a woman thing at this point, or like
a
trauma thing, or just a woman. Like, I don't know. But
no, it's not just women that got, because I've been paying attention, because I'm also in a book club, and I'm paying attention how we operate around each other. And I'm paying attention even how my mom grew up and saying, I have no friends. I have this, don't trust women. Not my mom saying all that, but, so it's easy for us to, I don't want it to make it be about women, but it is. We need to be better. Yeah. No, we need to be better. We need to learn how to love each other, and then we can heal the world. And protect each other, because that's when back in the days women stood together and they protected each other. In my mind,
when you said minority, I actually thought, and had this conversation recently with somebody, like, I would never consider myself a minority, but it kind of feels like that as far as the group thing that is going on. But I mean, every time I came out of September of last year as a public person. I've always been involved, obviously, and everyone
but behind the scenes,
right? You have a choice to be a Jane Doe, or they'll say, "Hey, you can do whatever." There's no NDA on a lot of people. There might be on some, but just me specifically, I don't have an NDA. I chose not to speak out because I had a young daughter.
Right.
She's 15 now, though. So with her, she knows what's going on. Every time I do something, I say, "Hey, I'm going to do this. Are you okay with it? This is what your friends might say.
Right.
This is what you might see on the internet. This is what I might say about, certain." Some of these interviews get pretty raw, and you're talking about like family trauma sometimes. And as long as she's like, I always ask her, "Are you okay with that?"
As long as she's good with it, right?
I think she's kind of proud of me, which is cool.
Good.
It
That's
feels
fabulous.
like she is. So.
And does she report back to you does she hear things from her kids at school and things like that? They know who you are. They know what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's just
a lot.
Wow. Well,
and I mean, it's good for her. At the same time, you speak up. If something ever happens to anyone else, she can protect them too, because now she has the tools and the education of how to protect yourself.
It's definitely,
instead of not knowing.
She would be that person that I feel like she would be like, no, that's not whatever. If she was put in a situation like I was, would be, I'm telling my mom.
Right.
Immediately.
Right. Yeah. No, that's amazing. Are there, I don't follow the story regularly.
You shouldn't, as a normal person, stay out of it. Save yourself, please.
And unfortunately, like, what we hear is not really not to say down and dirty, but the real intricate details of it all. We hear just what certain people want us to hear, and that's kind of problematic. But are there, as far as you know, a number of victims that are just unidentified, that just haven't come forward?
Yes.
Yeah, because I was wondering how many people just have not come forward, and how many. So
on record, they say 1,200, but even today, there are many people who. Rosa today spoke and said, when I was there, she's a survivor, and it was in the hearing. She said, when I was there, I saw another foreign girl. She didn't speak really good English. So how many of them out there she had broken English herself.
Right.
How many people maybe not even speak English, because she saw somebody and she sees us. But the thing is, like, we don't know who is not involved
Right.
in behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We our lawyers can't really tell us anything, as you know.
Right.
Okay. Confidentiality.
Right. We can
Yeah.
ask, hey, did so and so do this or that, and they're not going to tell us. But
I'm listening. I'm trying to edit
Oh.
I'm trying to put the information up so everyone can see that it's coming. It's there.
No, I gotcha. I had a question. I just had a question in my mind about your lawyers and stuff like that. Have they been supportive of you and they're hanging in there and they're doing things? And
my situation is a lot different in a sense that a lot of the survivors or women, let's go back to that, they have to convince somebody to believe them, right?
right.
When they say
Always
that
women have to
this
convince
happened
someone.
to me or this happened, whatever happened. I was actually Jenna, who was supposed to be here today. I'm going to look directly into the camera.
Hi, Jenna.
I know you're watching.
Yes.
She kind of did the legwork. She was she knew she's here local, so her kids are here, and she would drive, or she would knew that it was still going on, and she kind of was the leg person for me. So by the time that I was contacted, and they said, hey, we know this happened to you,
Right.
and would you this is what we're going to try to do, and there's a lot more of you.
Right. Interesting.
And we believe you, and we just want to know what happened from your point of the, and do you want us to represent you?
Oh, okay.
So I never had to
search for a lawyer.
Mhm.
They came to you.
which is
Was it more
Fortunate.
women or men? Sorry, I'm gonna go there.
it was only one. It's
Only
Bradley
one?
Edwards. He
Aw.
actually, if you do any of the any research about the case, he wrote a
Yeah.
whole book about it.
Mm-hmm.
It was only
Um,
one lawyer that reached out that does this kind of law.
No, there's a few of them.
They had there is a few of them at this point, but back then, we had this discussion today. We were kind of looked at like we were crazy criminals,
Right.
or childhood underage workers, which is completely false. So down here specifically, I don't know about really what went on in other places, but they were speaking up from a very early stage, and nobody was listening, and it was just corrupt, and you just see it. But I forgot where I was going with that now.
No,
I think
it's all right.
you gave me your amnesia.
No, I was talking about was who really came out to help. Was it men or women when it came to lawyers?
It was just okay.
Yeah, that was
she
the thing.
actually called a lot of people and told them the situation, and she was laughed at
Wow.
until she found Brad, who Brad was already really highly involved.
Mm-hmm.
So she probably basically said, hey, so-and-so brought me, and he knew her name and was like, you're telling the truth.
Wow. Okay.
And then what I picture, he put like a web together.
Right.
A
And
website.
connected, not a website, but like a web of the crime
Right. Like you see on the TV, they have the little buttons, the pins in the wall.
thread.
And, yep.
To who, and for each one, because it was a system.
Right. I was always also thinking about the investigations. Like, who first contacted you from law
Nobody.
enforcement? No one.
No one ever.
Wow.
I would like, because
No one contacts you?
never to this
Even
day.
when you put it out there? Till this day?
To this day, and I have received compensation
Wow.
Okay.
Amazing.
at an amount that the IRS would be like, oh, what's that?
Yeah.
So, if I have gone through that process enough,
Mhm.
and and my story is not even like there's a lot of trauma,
Mm-hmm.
imposter syndrome.
Right.
It's like, I know that I was abused by what happened was wrong, but a lot of these survivors, it was a lot worse, the
Right.
situation, than mine personally. So it's just, why?
Do you think that it was worse, or do you think that you're pocketed and you're balancing it in your brain a little different? You're trying to balance it so it doesn't.
Oh, you mean why do you think some victims had worse
No, I'm thinking that
situations?
she's mentally handling it a little.
It's just that I know if I have never been reached out to,
Mhm.
but I have been I've went through this process. I have a lawyer. I am I guess what you say on paper, like I am one of the documented ones.
Mhm.
Right.
Official. It would matter if you think if it's a hoax, a scam, or whatever. If myself with my little story has not even been contacted to be like, hey,
Big story, girl. Big story.
why hasn't who else have they not contacted is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Because they say, well, we don't have anyone else to investigate. You haven't even said, hey, how are you? What's your name?
Wow.
And why did you go through this?
Mhm.
But they know who my name is.
Right. I'm sure they do.
They were given my name by Jenna,
Mhm.
probably like in 2016. I don't know.
Wow.
No, I mean, it's law enforcement. They have all the information. It's whether they want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the problems. We don't know who was acting behind the scenes, and there was always, I see on the some of the special, like the Netflix special, where the chief of police of Palm Beach County is speaking, and I don't know if he was, helping and trying to get more law enforcement involved or not. You just don't really know what was going on behind the scenes,
who's in the webs
he
of
was
it.
donating money, big money, and
No,
they were.
Mm.
Well, that's one of the problems.
It's documented. That's not a hearsay. He donated big money to the Palm Beach Police Department.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Or
So
maybe let me be quiet. I don't want to get myself in trouble. You know what? Or maybe some people in the department were a part of it and they were scared and they were being threatened.
What we still say
Maybe.
today.
Can I say that? I'm okay saying that, right?
oh, maybe.
No, I mean,
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, even today, there could have been people in that room with us that are guilty,
Yeah.
Mhm.
pretending.
It's okay. Like they're fighting for you, but they're not really fighting for you. They're just making sure they're in the room.
But on both sides, as
Yeah.
a survivor and
Yeah.
Oh, I got what you're saying.
I mean, on both sides.
Mhm. Yes.
I'm not ignorant, and I'm. This is not something that I haven't publicly said, so this isn't like wow. Because
Yeah.
you can go to my other interviews and be like, I'm very. I treat this as a job and it's a duty that I have. It's not me coming in here trying to get fame, trying to get money, or trying to get friends.
Mhm.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm here because I would feel highly irresponsible, like a lot of us would, if I have a 15-year-old daughter and I know that I went through this and whatever, and the world won't stop talking about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you said, I've gone 2 years of silence, right? Just living a normal life. I have a career. I've worked in addiction for over a decade. I've probably gotten over 50,000 people approved for insurance for addiction in the state of Ohio. So I'm not focusing on this stuff,
Right.
and
Yeah.
it's not something that I was ever public, but it's like you go silent and you're like, okay, it's over.
And then it's
not over.
then it's not over.
Now it's like now we don't see an end in sight.
Right. Right.
There can't be an end in sight. It needs to keep on going and keep on coming up. So any other person that has his thought process should be ashamed of themselves to even think about doing it again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, that I mean that's
Then
that's
let them
exactly
know
right.
that they'll get caught. They'll be prosecuted. Something will happen to them if they even think about doing it. Because every generation, there's always some crazy person coming.
I mean, that's a good point. That the example, and I think you've mentioned it in the interview I saw on Netflix with you. Maybe
I said no to Netflix.
No, was it?
No,
It was somewhere. What was it?
It was Lisa.
Oh, okay.
Jenna Lisa did.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
We were watching it last night.
But
That's
one of the things is when something like this happens, it's supposed to be our government officials, our law enforcement, our prosecutors, things like that make an example of it, so other people don't think they can just do it. And here, it seems like they're doing just the opposite. They're hiding things. They're not turning over
look
things.
at London. Look at England. As soon as they found out the
Boom.
prince
Yeah,
or whatever
but
he was
let's
in there,
he didn't get arrested for anything.
No.
he didn't. But he got embarrassed.
I mean,
he got cut. Something happened.
Action happened. Yes,
Action happened.
You got
But
booted out of the royal
I
family.
still think that could have been better too, which is something
Could
where
have been,
a
but-
lot of the survivors are over there
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
doing a lot
No,
of
I
things.
I really think, when people do bad things, like what he did was just horribly bad. And it just seems like everyone's like, well, okay, it's been a while. So, and they're not making an example of it really, like they should be
No.
doing. And other people can say, well, if he can do it,
Yeah.
why not? And no one seems to do anything, but he's a different bird or breed because he was a very wealthy guy and had his hands in a lot of people's pockets,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and
And had cameras
Lots of cameras.
that
yeah.
we haven't seen the footage of.
Yeah.
Yes, right. Yeah,
He
you see it.
recorded everything.
I was, when we went there to the
And I'm
island,
like, why can't we show the
I was
footage?
driving by the houses. I was like, there's cameras everywhere. Are you telling me no one on the street was like, why are there 3 cabs coming here a day?
Wow.
In and out. Or I'm just saying, I didn't know
Right.
if that was that much, but we were shuffled in and out
Yeah.
all day, every day. The networks here, especially, I don't know what he was even doing anywhere else, but
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. And it's just, there's so much out there, and it just seems like there's so little that has been done.
So what do you wish people understood about survivors that they often get wrong?
that we don't really like right now. Okay, so a lot of us are newly public since September of last year when we went to the press conference.
Mm-hmm.
We are looked at like a monolith, which means, you know, they say, for example, they say that because I was a part of a news network, or I don't even, NBC, with like 6 other survivors, and they asked me a specific question about one person, and we said no. 6 of us, somebody was pardoned.
Oh, okay.
Huh? Wait, explain that to me.
I can't. I mean, I don't know how much I'm going to say, but because I don't want to say the name. But
Right.
now,
No, without
but
saying.
now,
so I
as a
can-
monolith, they were pardoned.
Okay, tell me, explain that. I'm still trying to figure out what a monolith is.
Well,
Like they look at us as a whole. Like
Right.
one answer represents all of us,
Every-
and
right.
that's not true. Or one opinion represents all of us.
Right.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's kind of frustrating because honestly, we do want our stories out there. We do talk. We'll talk. You know, we'll talk one-on-one. We'll do the group settings and
Mhm.
everything. But when the articles come out like they pardoned him, or they said this, or
Right.
they did that, it's like
No.
that was 6 of 1,200 documented.
right. That's really
And
amazing.
that's just Epstein.
Yeah.
That's, you know.
And you don't know who else is out there,
Well, there are, yeah, exactly. There definitely are others out there.
right? What's that?
Go ahead. I'm going to.
Go ahead. Go. You got. Some,
I go to my
I
questions.
know you got some. You always have the Antoinette. Always have some questions. So I'm going to let you ask one of your
I
questions.
want
You
the
guys are
people need to
married.
know. Yeah, we
We
are.
didn't mention that yesterday.
It says husband and wife on the podcast.
I did go there, but I was partying with my best friend from middle school last night. I don't
It
know
says
what
the
it
husband and
said.
wife. Yeah, the husband and wife podcast. I'm usually the one organizing everything. He's the lawyer, and I make sure he's a little organized, but he never listens to me.
No.
I've been married for 15 years. He doesn't listen to me either.
Yeah. even when I, in the end, I'm right.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to fight with him at the beginning. At the beginning, I'm like, come on, can I just have it eased at the beginning? And so we just can enjoy the whole thing. But I don't listen.
I helped
I'm
moving.
stubborn either. I don't
give.
listen.
I helped moving this past few days and didn't give much of a.
Oh, because the rule was not to talk. So my stepdad, my sister, we moved my sister to Miami. She's going to be a doctor.
Yeah.
And I told him, because my stepdad is very
Just
quiet.
work.
Just work. Don't say nothing. If anything becomes hard, or if it's because, you know, he's used law. He's doing his head. We're doing physical. So my stepdad's like moving, organizing, and he's overthinking everything. And my husband, I almost called my stepdad. My husband wants to say, oh, that's not going to work. I'm like, no, let him handle it, because that's what he's used to doing. You're used to.
He's analyzing the
Yeah.
Fox situation. Yeah.
And I'm like, no, we're fine. So just
Right.
whatever we tell you to do, lift a box, just do that. That's good. If we need a paperwork, or we need contracts, or we need,
We got
you
you.
know, but yeah. And we're all
Yeah, I do
Libras.
everyone's
Just let you know, we're
You know,
all
that
Libras.
might
My
be
stepdad, me,
something.
and we're all 3 Libras.
That might be
Oh.
something I need to like say, like, okay, we're gonna do this, but don't talk to me right
You're
now.
not. My earbuds are sometimes in
You
my
put
ear.
your earbuds in. Turns on music.
He's just
'Cause
like,
I
you
gotta
can't talk
close-
to me if you wanted
No,
to.
it's messing up my brain space. I'm like, I need to focus. I can't get anything done because I'm thinking about what you just said, especially if he says something negative that triggers me.
Uh-huh.
I just thought about what he said, and I cannot get back to it. I'm the ADHD.
Me too.
Narcoleptic, AD, everything.
Yeah.
So once you say one negative thing, I'm like, oh, in my head.
Mhm.
And then I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to block him out, because I've known we've been together for 12 years. If I block him out, I can get my stuff done. or maybe 13.
It's ridiculous.
I can get it done. So now I just block him out, and I lost one earbuds, and I'm like frustrated because I still can hear him in this ear.
Because if she don't block you out, you're just fighting.
Yeah, I don't have time for it.
Arguing.
I have no time for it.
Have you noticed any differences in the way you've been treated over the past since you've come out publicly by either men or women?
So yes and no. I say that the people that are coming out like myself now, so, you know, you're getting more support than the survivors that have been doing this for 15, 20 years.
Right.
Because back in the days,
They were getting stalked, they were getting threats, they were, you know, lawyers, lawsuits, everything happening. But today, I get the occasional crazy on the internet, but nothing in person. I would say I was married to my husband for couple years before I was like, oh yeah, and hey. Oh yeah, surprise.
Wow, yeah.
So that was a little hard for him for a while. He was uncomfortable with me speaking about it.
Gotcha.
A lot because of safety reasons. But when I did say, hey, he's never said you can't. You know, you can't say this, or he'd just be like, I'm not comfortable, or this is why,
Right.
or
Yeah.
you know, I don't like that, or something. It's never been about you can't do this. So when I did say, hey, I want to just tell everybody,
Right. Well,
and he was like, okay,
yeah.
and
that's a strong man.
Yeah,
that's strong.
So now, like everyone in our community knows, all his best, like everyone knows.
Right.
But like some of his really good
That's
friends,
a real man.
Yeah, some of his really good friends though are really supportive, and for him to see that, I think it kind of changed a little bit. He definitely supports it. Sometimes I travel and then I get back, I'm like, I don't want to talk about it.
Right. Yeah.
And he'll be like, hey, what's going on? What'd you do? Who'd you see? Who was there? You know, what happened? What are they doing? And I'm just like,
Right.
talk to me in like 72 hours.
Yeah.
When I feel like it at
Exactly.
this point. But he's really, it takes a lot. And he doesn't like me to talk about this because whatever. But, you know, to think about it, I won't talk about it. I'm gonna keep the subject because I know if he's watching, he's like, why'd you say that? The perspective from our spouse's point of view.
Yeah.
No one ever thinks of that.
Right.
Oh no, it's very important.
No one thinks of how would you feel if she came out and was like, oh yeah. You know that famous rich guy down the street?
Yeah.
Your next door neighbor?
Yeah. Like, and now I want to go worldwide with it, baby. That's a hard thing to really.
And that's just thinking about his feelings, not even you're putting yourself in his position and worrying about him instead of thinking about you. It's hard.
Yeah.
That is hard.
Because it does affect the whole family. You get judgment, the safety wise, you know, all of it is.
And all the emotions come up. Am I embarrassed? Am I this? Am I that?
Ashamed, guilty, you know, not traumatic enough, whatever.
Why didn't you tell me?
Yeah. Or what else did you do?
No, it's the truth. That's how not as a woman too. That's how a woman would think also. That's how
what else
everyone
did you tell
would think.
me?
Yeah.
How about support from politicians?
Yeah.
I know you said law enforcement hasn't contacted you. How about politicians?
Law enforcement, I raged out one time recently. It's on Instagram. That's how I got all my Instagram followers. I woke up, I had 12,000 followers. I said, oh, they like me over here raging out.
Plus people like when you tell the truth. They like raw
but
and the truth.
I raged out, and I was angry when when the Bondi hearing was, and she wouldn't even turn around and look at any. I wasn't there. I said no that day, thank God, because it would have been a waste of time. But when, you know, she didn't even acknowledge us that anything happened. I raged out and wrote almost 300 letters, put them individually, printed them out. Right. Took my time writing everything, saying I've never been contacted. You know, there's talks in the files that I see of co-conspirators talking about what's the word where you immunity or something.
Okay. Oh yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
People that, I wrote a letter to over almost 300 of the Democratic, because that's what I felt like would,
Right.
whatever.
We'll speak
I
up.
didn't get any responses besides one 3 months later from Seth, whatever, but he said it was on official. I wrote, it's on all my social media, but said, we cannot help you because you do not live in our district.
Oh, yes, I got you.
I've heard that before.
I said, I wasn't asking for help. I was just telling you what's going on. Like that whole letter, I never asked for help.
Yeah. I just, we're not even going to get into how terrible I think of Congress these days.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
So how does this experience change your ability to trust the Institute, the authority institute?
I don't at all. I'm not saying I'm like, I'm not one of the, I can't even say like FTP.
F those people.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm not gonna say that.
No.
That's a whole nother song from back in the days. What was that?
Right. That's kind of how we feel.
Dr. Dre.
Like,
Dr. Dre.
It's like we don't. You guys, no.
Well,
it's
that's
too political. When I was 14, I didn't know I didn't care who was going to be in office in any position.
Because you're young. You're supposed to have a young mind. You're supposed to be, in your kid years.
Unfortunately, now it's like anytime it's just always political, and that's something else that we don't like too.
Yeah. Well, that's the one. Yeah, everything's political these days. That's the problem with our government is our politicians in Washington have just turned everything so vitriolic and political, and it's us against them, and there's no compromise, there's no talking. It's just a dysfunctional group of like, what was there, 400 something members or whatever there is. I forget the number right now. It's just all dysfunctional. It's like the biggest group of dysfunctional individuals. Lose their
jobs.
Right.
That's what it is.
The people are afraid to say something about maybe the president
so you can tell the truth.
And
that's why I say
to be in those situations, I have been in those situations. I was there at the press conference in DC, the vote where that passed. I was there in that room with them
to pass the legislation and release the files.
The Transparency Act.
Yeah.
I was in that room. I did a whole day that day of different things.
Can you explain the Transparency Act for people who don't know? Tim?
Well, it's a law.
You're the lawyer.
No, I would just briefly. It's a law that was passed.
Look in the camera.
I'm sorry. It's a law. Hi there. It's a law that was passed to have the government release the files, be transparent, show us the files, show us what's in. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands or millions of documents in these files from all the investigations, and it was an act that was signed by the congressman and by Congress and by the president and passed into law. And that was, they're going to release everything, and then all of a sudden they didn't release anything.
Yeah, it all felt like a simulation.
Yeah.
Yep. I asked people several days. We did a lot of things that day, and I was like, "Hey, what's this? Why are we doing this? Or why are we doing that?" And it's like, no one could really give me a straight answer. It just felt really like you sit here. You're the extra in our movie.
Gotcha.
And we're going to act out over here in the play.
Right.
And you're going to be the tree in the background.
Right. There you go. No,
and it's like, what's going on?
I love when they corner our politicians walking in the hallways, down the hallways of Congress, and they don't want to talk. And I don't know if you ever saw that one. The guy was on his phone. And he acted like he was talking on his phone, and the reporter said, "By the way, your phone's off." Because they're just like, I don't know. They don't want to face anything.
Everybody just wants to be like, I don't want to pick a side.
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes you do. You have to pick a side. It is what it is.
Sometimes you have to.
Yeah, you don't have to.
You have to do what's right.
It's do what's right.
Thing.
Do what's right. It's not sides.
Yeah, it's exactly right. I mean, know.
Because if you pick sides, you're just stuck doing. You can be stuck doing wrong.
Well, that's our problem today. Is that no one wants to do anything. The people on the Republican side of the aisle they don't want to piss off the president because he's going to then have people run against them, and they're going to get not reelected, and they lose their job, and they have to go back to being miserable in their little hometowns.
Or they need to have a side hustle. Like I said, everyone, if you're going to go into politics, you need to have a side hustle to make sure your money is still made, so you can do right for the people.
Yeah, but
however it goes.
Do they need that at that point? Don't they make good money?
Oh, they're all
sometimes, but I mean,
these days they all seem to be doing well. They always say.
But if anything happens,
they always leave the Congress for millionaires for some reason. Everyone's like a millionaire who leaves. It's amazing.
But the money still runs out.
Yeah.
Money still runs out.
Well,
Investment can go bad. Things can go bad. They just need to always have their job. They need to have something.
But
so that's why they get so tight with their money and make bad decisions.
I mean,
they get greedy.
Yeah, or they don't make decisions. Like,
Yeah.
No, I mean, and the Epstein case is just a typical example of just how things. They have this big pomp and circumstance. We're going to pass this Transparency Act. We're going to release all the files.
And it wasn't just that about the releasing all the files. We went there and I guess we went around. They put us in groups and I don't even know what it's called.
How many ladies?
There was probably like 15-ish of us, and we went in different groups and we met with different congressmen. And they paraded us around,
right?
To say that they did something.
Yeah.
And then, it was like, why are we here?
Yeah.
They don't want to see us either.
Nope.
Yeah, but you know what? It's better to be there than not. Show up.
Yeah.
And like make people uncomfortable.
And that's why
that's what
I was sick
change.
of seeing my friend do it alone for so long. She's been speaking publicly. Jenna has since 2018.
Good job, Jenna.
And she knew I've been in contact with her obviously this whole time, and she knew why I wasn't speaking up either. But it's like, you know what? I'm sick of y'all.
I think once you reach a certain age too, you just don't care.
Yeah.
Like, this is it. This is what you're going to do. This is me. Why am I hiding anymore? You're not paying my bills. That's one thing I always say. You're not paying my bills. You're not doing anything specifically for me. You can't hurt me. So who cares? Let me just speak my voice. Say it, share it.
Power in numbers.
Yeah.
That's really what it is now, power in numbers, because every time they speak, there's a new one there, a new survivor that's now speaking out for the first time because she's been watching us,
right?
And she's sick of it too, like I was. Like,
courage.
Well, a lot of us, you can't really go about your day-to-day life without seeing it. For us, apparently, I don't know how you guys do it, but
it's all the other stuff.
You work.
No, it's not that we're busy. It's just every day there's a new crazy news coming out,
and it's you can't believe it. It's like a movie, and they got a virus, they got a war, whatever.
Oh goodness, there's a virus right now.
Yeah, but we see it. It's like our algorithms. You turn up any social media, I can't even scroll past 2 post without it being
mine is hair
about this.
Everything's hair extensions,
really weird
wigs.
How the phone
That's all
does that. Like it's like I gotta get away from it.
Yeah. No.
Did the media coverage ever feel empowering, or did it sometimes feel overwhelming, or is it not enough?
At the beginning, okay. So I'll be real. At the beginning, for me personally, because I know why my reasoning is for speaking out, it was a little overwhelming. I stuttered the first couple of times that I said his name publicly. I was like, Epstein, and feeling like maybe my story wasn't enough, standing side by side by some of these people that, in the biggest case in the world. And here I am, like, I don't think that. Repeat the question again. Get it back on track.
Did the media coverage ever feel empowering or overwhelming, or it's just not enough?
I feel like it's too much focus on us.
Right.
At this point, it's the same small group of girls.
So other girls need to come out.
We're encouraging that. If they do, and all the ones that have came out, even myself, we'll welcome you. You can sit with us.
Right.
Every time we will hug you, we will include you in whatever we're participating in. It's not an awkward, it takes bravery to do it by yourself. I had a friend, I was just telling someone today that recently came out alone. I was like, I don't think I could do it.
Right.
Alone. Like, you came out there and just did it.
Yeah.
But, sometimes I'm just like, I'm sick of seeing y'all. Sorry. Myself included. Like,
right.
I get, reporters and just people all the time. And that's okay because I don't get overwhelmed with that. I'll ignore the heck out of you. A text message, an email, whatever.
Right.
But some people are like, I've traveled more since September than I have in my whole life.
Oh, okay.
I've been to LA. I've been doing all kinds of stuff for this specifically. So some of them, and they do a lot more than me. So I'm sure it's.
Yeah. Well.
So what message would you give to other survivors who still feel afraid to come out, to speak?
I know the reasons. I know that the shame reason, the not wanting your family to know things, your kids to know things. Yeah, I get those reasonings just by hearing about how the Transparency Act was violated by not redacting our information properly.
Right.
I hear how that aspect of, people's families found out for the first time. I don't know why someone's random family would be like, let me go search my wife's name. But I guess it's happened, or it was. Now these reporters and these people have searched these files and they have our names and they're contacting us, they're emailing us, they're calling us, they're, my Etsy store. I have an Etsy store. I make t-shirts, and I also am in the process of starting a nonprofit called the Jane Doe Foundation.
Okay.
And I'm not the first survivor to start a nonprofit. I'm probably like the 7th or 8th, but it's all like survivor based, and mine's really mental health resources and stuff and addiction, but it touches on the trafficking and abuse. But I keep forgetting it's too late.
No.
It's been a long day.
That's why I wrote it down, because I'll forget too. What would you say to them so they can come out and speak out? What message would you give?
To say what I said earlier, like, we'll include you. Every single person that I've witnessed come out and be brave enough to do it alone and to come into what I guess if you followed the case, they see us as like this put together group, right? It's like a family kind of, it is. And you're coming in it the first time, be like, okay, I'm the new step kid, you know? It's not like that. There's never going to be a time where you're not believed, that you're not supported. More than likely, you'll be included as much as you want to, or if you don't want to, because if you don't want to be included, we'll leave you alone.
Right. Yeah. No, it's the whole situation is just crazy, and it's been going on for so long. That's the amazing thing about it.
Not believing a woman when she's, taken advantage of has been going on for decades.
Well, hundreds of years. Yeah. I mean, that's always the problem, right? Isn't that always the problem? People just say, you deserved it, you wanted it, blah, 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 blah. You shouldn't have dressed that way.
I'm one of the people. So I always say that coming out publicly helped me in this way. I am a diagnosed borderline personality. That's my disorder. That means I lash out sometimes at the people that I love when I don't mean to. I'll read 50,000 negative comments about myself. And sometimes I'll lash back out.
Gives you fuel. It's the fuel.
Because
they need it.
It's better to do it to the random people on the internet than the people that I love.
Yeah.
And you asked for it.
Yeah.
You came to me. I didn't come at you. But I get those comments of like, she's lying. The one that kind of actually does bother. They don't bother me is what I was going to say. Like, I'm one of the people that are like, haha, you're stupid. Like, it doesn't. But I know that those comments do get to a lot of people.
Oh, I can imagine.
To read those over and over. But I'm just like.
Yeah, whatever.
But I had to cut myself off. I say, I don't want to fight with people, and it puts my safety at risk.
No,
that's true.
There has been times where I'm like, you know what? You can F off.
Well, it's our fine internet these days. I mean, there's so many, I bet you there's so many people that wouldn't dare say the things they say on the internet to your face or to other people's faces. They wouldn't think about it. But man, they get on that internet and they're just the big tough guys.
I read one today just it said something about I bet your belly's huge, and I wanted to be like, I don't want to talk about size with you. Good one. It was on Instagram because I don't even though I'll go back. Like, what are you even talking? It's like they're fat, they're ugly, they don't meet the criteria. They're not models. What it is. But they say the craziest things, and there'll be 100 comments arguing back and forth on my Instagram. I'll see it 3 weeks later.
Wow.
So you guys are talking to yourself, bro.
Yeah.
Like.
I don't know.
So what kind of support actually helps you during the difficult times when the time was difficult?
I think that the thing that I stress is that this is a life-consuming topic.
Mm-hmm.
So and it's hard to keep it separate, but this should never become, because I am very big in the mental health and the addiction world, this should never be a personality trait.
Right.
I should never go up to somebody and the first thing that I want to say to somebody is, "Hey, my name is Wendy. I'm a Jeffrey Epstein survivor," or whatever.
Oh, goodness,
and
no.
but that happens because it's so life consuming. It's everything. It's what they talk about every day.
Right.
I am separated from that, and maybe because I did take longer to speak out publicly, and I just kind of kept it personal with my close friends or whatever for so long, that I don't think that it's hard to explain.
Right.
All of this it shouldn't be. I don't want people to be known for this.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it is. This is going to affect jobs.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to affect, maybe even my daughter in the future.
Right.
Who's to say that somebody? Who's to say that some crazy person? Because
crazy
they're
is
out
different.
there.
Yeah.
Googles that and be like, "Oh, her mom is this person. I'm targeting her."
Right. Yeah. A lot of crazies out there.
Wow.
It's just like super vigilant. That's really what it is. I'm just like.
We've had conversations amongst ourselves just about what we say on the podcast when we don't say, because sometimes we got to worry about these people walking by, and sometimes I lock the door, or maybe I'll keep my weapon on me or something, because there's just so many crazies out there.
In
these
general,
days.
Tim always we love Tim. Everyone always the attack always comes to me. It's always on me.
Well,
but my Melanie, I know. Yes, I am spicy. But that's what it always come at me. I'm always defending myself.
I know.
But
everyone loves me.
It's because you're a white man. People love white men.
Yep.
And it's just ingrained in us.
Darn.
I love white men. I don't know what you
My
think,
husband's Puerto Rican.
Okay.
my daughter's biracial. So.
There you go.
There you go.
Excellent.
But
white men are okay though.
Yeah. I
It is
like
true. You see, because you're so not opposite, but
I grew up in Jamaica, and then the superheroes were always square face, blue eyes, and my mind is like you're brainwashed a little bit to know what you at a young age, and I remember from a young age watching his type. It is what it is. Like certain people I look at, I'm like, oh no,
Tim.
And he found it. He is a superhero to me.
Yeah, thank you,
you
sweetie.
got a compliment.
Cute.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's the only one you get it on air. Behind
I'll
closed doors,
make the deposit after we leave here. Don't worry about it.
Gonna edit it out.
Behind closed door, you're not getting it.
Well, good.
So
go ahead. You have more questions? Probably.
Yes. Do you believe public attention changed how institutions handle these cases over time? Will it change?
Everyone's still hiding. I mean, as far as
a lot has changed though, because I wouldn't have never known it.
As far as banking wise, the financial world is probably going to change.
Mm-hmm.
As far as institutional wise, it can be schooling, colleges we're talking about, people were getting degrees, the immigration process, the visas, stuff like that is a part of this is all going to be, I don't know.
Changed.
Yeah, but the financial piece, and I say that only because those lawsuits are. J.P. Morgan Chase has already paid $290 million to Epstein survivors.
Oh, wow.
Plus, not only that, but a lot of people don't talk about this. J.P. Morgan Chase also offers us 5 years of free mental health care. We get $50K per each a year for mental health care.
That's good.
Without ever saying why they were giving that to us.
Right.
So you said 1,200 ladies, right?
Yeah, that's what's documented. I don't know how many people actually qualified for that $290 million. That was just the J.P. Morgan, and then you have the Deutsche. I never
Deutsche
say that.
Bank.
Mhm.
Yeah, there you go. That's what the middle-aged white men for.
Yeah.
Those words, those white words.
Yeah.
They actually
What?
paid like
I used to speak a little German, so Deutsche.
yeah, like 80 million, and then the Bank of America just settled for like 70 million, and these are settlements that they're just saying we didn't do nothing wrong,
All right, we just want to settle.
but here's your money.
I'm
Right.
confused.
So now, just now at this point, so that those some of the Bank of America is new, the other ones are a couple years old.
Wait, I'm sorry. Epstein, Bank of America. What does that have to do with it?
He was banking with Bank of America, J.P. Morgan Chase, and Deutsche Bank. He was
Okay.
funneling millions of dollars.
Oh.
I mean, that's how he paid for the operation, and no one ever. There's a
Right.
process that they have to, I guess, flag or something, and which was flagged, and no one ever followed through in some
Right.
cases. Where if certain amount of money is transferred, you really have to account for that.
It's called a SARS report,
Yeah.
suspicious activity reports,
Yeah.
and it's when someone makes regular deposits of like
Okay, start over. SARS report.
SARS report.
Not
For
just
those
SARS.
of you who don't know what a SARS report is, it's a suspicious activity report, and it's banks are supposed to fill these out when they have kind of some suspicion that something's going on. For instance,
Money
if
laundering.
someone comes in, like money laundering,
Yeah,
like
it's been-
if someone comes into the bank once a week and deposits $9,999 into a bank account, same bank account, and does it week after week after week, they should probably fill out a SAR on him and kind of look into where the
See
source
why
of these
you have
funds
that
are.
much money every week. What are you doing?
Correct.
Where the
You
heck
have
is
to
getting all
account
that money
for it.
from? I always wonder. When it,
Who, Jeffrey?
yeah.
I mean,
Mr. Epstein,
he is unlimited.
Well, he
girl.
was trafficking girls, and he was getting paid for
Oh,
it.
paid from the other
From other-
of the
yeah,
clients.
and all kinds of
Got
stuff.
you.
He was doing. No one really knows where his
No one knows where his money came
wealth
from.
came
yeah.
from. There's a lot of conspiracies, and maybe I'm a really firm believer that a lot of conspiracies come from truth.
Right.
And
Mhm.
as we're seeing, as this is unfolding over the years, a lot of things that we thought are true, and now they're proven to be.
Right.
Like, for example, Maria Farmer has been saying that she reported everything in 1996 and she was ignored. She's been saying that for years still, and people have been saying, you're crazy. That that's not true. When the files came out, they released that report
And she was
from
in there.
1996.
Wow.
So it was like vindicated. Like
Yeah. It was true.
And the thing is, if they would have listened in 1996, the people the 1,200 of us probably wouldn't exist.
No.
No.
Well,
But
that's
did
one
they
of
want to listen? Money
that's-
was just too nice.
the money, power.
They
Yeah.
they say like spies. I don't know. That's
Who
crazy.
knows?
Conspiracies.
No, but think about it. Even with the, even with the what's his name, P. Diddy trial, he didn't think all that was going to come out.
Mm-mm.
He's been living that crazy life for so long. It's normal to them. They're like, oh, this is my everyday routine. No one will ever find out after 20, 30 years. But now it's
people know.
2026.
People know.
Yeah, they know and they
Everyone
don't say nothing.
hmm Like why when I was here back as a kid and speaking to the other women, and being here yesterday for the first time, I'm looking around the streets of Clematis,
Hmm.
and I'm just thinking, man, I wonder how many groups of young girls, like how many more there used to be
Down here.
down here because of that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see anything like I remember as far as like the population that's here.
No, now it's booming now, West Palm Beach.
Mhm. It's
Yeah.
clean. Well, Peoria has always been clean, but
What's been clean?
I've traveled a lot, and West Palm Beach has been the cleanest place I think I've been in a
the
while.
streets? You
Yeah,
mean
just the outside, like how
Oh,
they
wow.
keep the community, how they, I guess, police it.
Yeah, they I mean, everyone complains enough. They complains enough, so I guess that's why it's clean. Because if something happens on the street and you don't complain, they have the neighborhood people, the neighborhood
You
ladies,
get
and
an HOA fine for the neighborhood.
they have a phone number. Like if the
For the
homeless
business.
sits too,
Yeah.
They have
not
they used to call
If
them the
they-
yellow shirts. Now what do they call them?
green shirts.
Oh, the downtown ambassadors, I guess.
ambassadors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
the number
can
for-
tell though
Yeah,
that
they're
do
doing
that.
their job.
Yeah. I mean, it feels different. It feels
safer. I don't know.
I don't want to use that word because I don't.
Gotcha.
No,
Still
I mean,
here.
no one's. It's still the streets. It's still downtown.
It is. You still have to be vigilant anywhere, but it
Mhm.
does. I've traveled to a lot of places. I was in Santa Monica, to DC. I've been to New York, and all those places feel way more chaotic and
Yeah.
like dangerous. Like
Yeah.
my husband's from New York City, so for spring break, he took my daughter there and just took her and showed her the real
New York.
what's
Yeah.
going on. And she came back and I was like, so how'd you like it? She was like, Mom, there was a homeless man cussing at his phone, yelling at the numbers. And I said, really, what did he say? And she was like, she repeated. I was like, it was hilarious.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
we had a woman walking down the street today, just a homeless woman. She's here. We always see her, and she's walking up and down the street yelling at everyone because we won't give her a dollar.
Yeah.
But now the
That's-
one girl's asking for $20.
Yeah. They asked for.
No lie, she goes, "Hey, you got $20?"
Yeah, I was
She got
walking
me
down
one
the
time. It was
street.
$5,
I
and
was
then I
walking-
caught on. I'm like, what?
She
Next time.
probably gave it to her one time. And
I
now she
did
goes,
because I was confused. I was like,
What?
and then it was a woman, and then she looked like she had her stuff together. She just needed $5, and I'm like, okay. And the next minute, I'm like, she's been here. She's been doing good. I think she's been here like 3 years,
Yeah, some we know.
and I've heard her $20, and she sometimes gets it.
Wow.
Just walking here, I did walk past a little small group of men, and
Mm-hmm.
as I was already past, he was like, "How are you?" And you never want to be like, I'm like, "Fine."
Just keep walking.
I just did a smile.
Were they sitting in front of the library, maybe, or?
I
The
don't
barbershop.
know.
Around here
It was because
somewhere?
it was raining. They were like huddled.
Oh, I know. They all
Yeah.
huddle under here.
Yeah.
Yes, they come in here, and they
Yeah.
sometimes they sleep right there, and I have to come in the morning, and they're sleeping there, and they
The thing is, they can sleep. I don't mind sleeping. It's leaving the mess.
they
They'll
leave always
open
leave a
up their
mess.
cigarettes and they pile it, and they.
Yeah, they leave like pizza boxes, cans,
Yeah.
and the cardboard
It's the
box.
mess.
That's why they complain in Palm Beach, and you'll get ushered out.
Yes, exactly.
No, you're not even allowed to come over there.
No, they stopped them.
Come over the bridge. They may have cameras at the bridge.
They
But like,
they
who are
probably
you?
do.
Are you walking or are you driving? What kind of bicycle are you riding? Ay.
Well, anything else?
Is there anything that you want to share with us that you feel like we need to? Because every time our platform is a platform that may not know about the Epstein files. They may know about it, but they may be working. They may be doing different things.
Mhm,
It's the people who are on my platform are the people that walk around right here
mhm.
that I've been getting.
Yeah.
So it's 1,500 people that may not have heard your story. Is there
Yeah,
anything you want to share or tell them to look up, or even your nonprofit that's coming, or if your Etsy?
Yeah, if you search my name, which is not Picante, it's Pesante.
I'm not going to live that one down.
Or I do go by the average Jane Doe on everything. It's kind of like the alias that I created a while ago. You can follow me on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, and I will post everything about my nonprofit, what
Okay,
we're
good.
doing there. We are in another state, but
It still
we're-
helps.
Yeah,
Because women we travel.
I have a board of 8 other professionals that I've met over the decade of working, and we're all really excited, and we're waiting for the 501 right now to come through, and then
Oh,
we're
great,
gonna
Yeah.
power through. So that's gonna be exciting. I'm working on followers over there, so do that because I'm giving away a free Apple Watch once I get to 1,000 followers for my nonprofit.
There you go.
page.
See, and that's what we're doing too. Something
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
I it's doing really well, but I think it's more the team that I have behind me.
Yeah.
These people have been in the recovery community for a long time, and they have really good reputations.
And they get
and
it.
they're doing it for free.
Mhm.
I don't know if people know that, but nonprofit, a lot of you can get like compensation, but a lot of the board members are not paid.
Right.
So it's just really meaningful to see how excited, and it's to work with the other nonprofits that are already in with the survivors. Like I feel like I have a lot of guidance too. So
because they
really
feel
exciting.
it. I mean,
Mhm.
like I said, women. I'm lucky that my mom is the one that went through whatever she went through to protect us.
Mhm.
Like my mom used to be like, make sure you sit a certain way, pretend
Yeah.
like you don't even know what's going on, like play dumb. Like at one point, I'll tell a story. I had someone put their hands on my leg. His hand was not supposed to be on my leg.
Mhm.
I pretend like I didn't even see the hand. I did not acknowledge it. I didn't say anything. And I just go on my business or start saying something, something just off topic or, just to change it because she prepared us. Like, do this, do that. If this happens, if that happens, be ready for it. This is what's going to happen. She prepared us. I have a sister. She's 8, and we're 18 years apart. You have to educate
the women out there too.
Yeah.
So if you are a girl and you've never heard about Jeffrey Epstein, please do yourself a favor, and you have a family.
And if there's other people that they're not Jeffrey Epstein, but there's other men out there that will do that, and women that will take advantage.
Yeah.
Because there's in 10 more, 20 more years, there's going to be another Jeffrey Epstein.
I can't wait for the day where I've never asked somebody in probably 8 years. I've never been able to go up to somebody and be like, do you know who Jeffrey Epstein is? And they say no.
No, you can't.
I've never done. And I've asked a lot of people that because
he's tied to everyone.
No one has ever told me no.
Wow.
And I want to be the day it happens where I'll be like, you know who that is? And they're like, no.
Wow.
And they really mean it.
3 generations later.
Yeah. It's going to have to weed out a while.
It's decades, 30 years, maybe 30 years.
Oh, it truly is a really terrible story.
30, 40 years.
Just he was a monster. And it's just amazing what he was allowed to get away with and how it all ended. If it all ended the way they say it ended, we don't know. But, it's just a real shame. And we really feel for you. And I think when we watch the specials over the last few nights, you really start to think about how many people are out there that are still living with what you've been living with and can't even talk about it. I mean, they've got to hold it in, right? They just, we all have things.
It should be painful.
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, it affects people for the rest of their lives, and they hold it in.
And it affects their families.
Yeah, and they're afraid to talk about it. They don't want to come out. They're
embarrassed.
Everything.
Yeah.
So we really thank you for that, and that's pretty amazing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on. What do you think of our little studio?
Wait, I got one more question.
Oh, one more
question. How has speaking publicly affected your healing journey? Because that you can share that with someone else that's keeping their mouth,
Speaking public, I do have a good team though behind me of professionals that have worked with me for many years. Like I for a while I was like therapist shopping. Like you say something I don't like, you're out of here. But I finally found a team, or I found one person who actually, she sees people in Ohio and Florida. So if you're out there and you're looking for a provider, I have a person. But she kind of worked with me for the first 2 years to like build my team. And now it's the mental health part is really, I have the support. So for someone else to come out and speak, that has only strengthened that because not like everyone's just proud.
Yeah.
And my therapist, she doesn't push it on me. She's like, hey, is this what you're going to talk about this week? Because you do a lot. And sometimes I don't talk about it at all. I got other stuff going on,
Yeah.
And that's important too, to find. A lot of people are just like, oh yeah, you're an Epstein victim, with their popcorn. Tell me more. And to feel that in a therapist is not good. But the team,
that's good.
you have to, but you'll get that too if you start to come out, or you need assistance. We all have access to resources that we can provide, as far as like if somebody was an Epstein survivor, or not just an Epstein survivor, but like a trafficking survivor. Period.
That's another big area that this is just one guy, but it's going on all over the world.
Yeah, and I figured he had, even though it was him, he had other partners.
Yeah, and we're trying to get them locked up.
Yeah, they should be,
and they're
at
hiding.
least questioned.
Yeah, well, they're hiding.
Then the word of the day is, or the phrase of the day is like, do your job, guys. Like politicians and the police and the law enforcement and the prosecutors.
Right.
Do what's right and do your job. Stop trying to protect people.
Stop picking sides and just do what's right.
In the hearing today, it stuck out to me because a woman whose name, she never spoke public, she the foreigner kind of with the, I saw a foreigner and she had broken English, and what she said to me, everyone just pounded like, yes, girl. But she said a story about how doctors back in the day didn't wash their hands, and that the fatality rate was just crazy because these people were dying because the doctors were just not washing their hands.
Because doctors were men.
Right. And that
they don't wash their hands.
And that they were like, no, it's fine. And
Sorry.
at the end, she just said, please, just wash your hands.
Right. Yeah.
Like, everyone just.
Yeah.
And that was someone who never spoke public. Her name was listed 500 times in the unredacted files.
Yeah. Unreal. Well,
And that's sorry, I'm going to go on that. I say that even to my husband coming in the house, wash your hands.
Yeah.
Take your shoes
He
off. Wash
gets
your
so
hands.
annoyed with me. As soon as he comes to the door, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. I don't understand. I'm like, I'm going back to the women. Wash your hand. You need to raise your sons to wash their hands and sit to use the bathroom.
Oh yeah, here we go.
I believe in that. Sit to use the bathroom.
She really looked at me and said, yes, I do.
Yes. Sit to use the bathroom.
Take your shoes
Other
off.
countries,
And
other
your hands.
countries,
Right.
they sit to use the bathroom. To me, was outside porta potty. The spiders may get you, a snake may get you, but you're in
Me
your
too. I
fabulous
guess
home,
Jamaica
your
and West
nice
Virginia is
home.
not that different.
You're in your nice home. The carpet's
Oh,
there.
my
Why are
goodness.
you standing in a prestige home that you built and you paid so much for to pee on the walls? I don't get it.
Ask my husband.
Sorry, I'm forcing it. I'm forcing it, and I'm telling other women, raise your kids
So just
to
remember,
wash their
sit
hands
to pee. That's
Men.
sit to pee.
and
wash your hands.
Unless
It's
you have a
very
urinal in
important.
your house, but most people usually don't have a urinal in their house. But
Doesn't need to. You still sit to pee. Plus, it's better for your bladder,
Not in the urinal.
especially men. It is better for your bladder.
Anyway.
But at the same time, I mean, just like she said, men were doctors back in the days. They didn't think about that because they're not women. Women have yeast. We have all these things. It's an innie. I wrote a little book on that. We're innies. So anytime you put something foreign that's not supposed to be in there, our body reacts.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
the simplest thing is wash your hands.
Wash your hands. All right. Well, that's the lesson of the day. Wash your hands.
It really touched me earlier, so I passed it on.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Wendy
Thank you.
Pesante, for coming on. Not Picante.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing with us and taking the time out.
Yeah, you've had a long day.
Yeah, and you have a flight tomorrow. Thank you so much for stopping in. Thank you for saying yes. Thank you for giving us this opportunity
How
to
did you
learn.
guys meet, by the way, real quick?
We were out front. I was
Fate.
out front.
What's
She
that?
was working.
Yes.
and It was fate. We
Yes.
were walking by and she stopped us because she was doing her job.
Yeah.
And then she was telling us about the podcast. And she was like, we look for people who are in this that's who we have. And we're like, well, we are
Yeah.
this.
It's legal shit. Come and talk about your shit. Talk about all the topics.
Legal
talk about
shit.
other people's shit.
Yeah. And I know that you guys are like, we do, I've done, podcasts before with big, I like that you guys are smaller.
Oh, thank you.
I wanted to be like, the least I can do is just,
Well, that's
Thank you.
That's,
Thank you
that's
so
the
much.
one thing.
Yeah.
The one thing we look at, we see like MSNBC or MS Now, I guess it's called now. Now they all have their own podcasts, but everyone forgets. First of all, they're all paid like $3, $4, $5 million a year.
Mhm.
They've got production crews. They've got like Don Lemon now. He's starting his own show. It's really not the same.
No,
of starting a mom and pop, so to speak, little
But
podcast.
he got fired. He had to start. He started as
No,
a
I know,
mom
but
and
I'm
pop.
just
Remember,
saying
he used
they-
to have his makeup on. All
I know,
this
but
stuff.
they had. I'm just saying.
Who
it's-
are we
small.
talking about?
They've got
Don
Don
Lemon.
Lemon.
Oh,
they've got
Lemon,
they've
yeah.
got the resources to go out and just whip up podcasts because they've got people doing their research. They write their scripts. They
I did
production.
a
And that's
podcast
all
years
they
ago.
do.
It was called 2 Cups of Tea, and me and my friend who was in recovery, and I'm
Mhm.
like, I work in that field, but I'm not in recovery.
Gotcha.
I don't claim that. I definitely am pro mental health, and I have a lot of friends who are, sober, practice 12 steps. But we did 2 Cups of Tea. It was like 4 years ago, and all this is like way.
Why did you stop?
more.
You should have kept going.
She has some problems,
Oh, okay. Well.
unfortunately, but it was a good experience.
All right.
learned it.
Well,
I get
we've kept you up long enough and late
Yes.
enough. Wendy, so much thanks for coming
Yeah,
on, and
thank
thanks for
you.
telling your story and getting people to know you and a little bit about what's going on. But we really appreciate it, and best of luck to you, and come back anytime. And
please.
I'll be in
Yes, the
touch.
next time you're in
I'll
town,
share
please.
your social media, so we'll be in touch.
Okay, excellent. Well,
And the
great.
next time you're in town, please come on, keep us up to date.
Yeah.
Because you, just like you said, you don't know what's going on. Sometimes we don't. People do not, and you have to keep on reminding people. So if you're back in town, please come back on the show.
Or if
and
anything,
tell the other ladies
anything
to
crazy
come and
happens,
share
give
their
us a
stories.
call because you can call in. We have the ability for you to call in, or we can actually link you into a live broadcast.
911.
Send you a link. We can send you a link, and you can be on like you're here, but you're in somewhere.
I've done that. I like the in person.
I do too.
Yeah.
And he's like, do that. We don't even know how to work that part yet.
I'm still working
After
on it.
today, I think you might practice a little bit, but it was good. Thank you for
Thanks,
having me.
Wendy. It's not just talk; it's legal shit.
Bye,
Good night.
guys.